You've got mail. Welcome to Talking About the Winds. This is a talk show about FIREWINds of the Suns. If you're listening to this, that's friggin' amazing. You don't need to listen to this episode, so if you just like the gameplay, just jump right ahead to the next episode. It depends on what you're interested in. This is kind of how I make the episode. We first recorded the gameplay. I needed some music, and I run a free guest ranch for young adults and veterans and artists here. So whenever somebody comes in who says they can play an instrument, I grab that person. I say, hey, can you record me some music? So we've had a little music recorded so far. Maybe it's like Boss Hog and Dukes of Hazzard, where anybody who passes through Hazard County has to stop and play at the Boar's Nest. I just love that. That was like some of my favorite parts of that show. Or Adventures in Babysitting. Nobody gets out of here without playing the blues. Because I love music, all types. I was like one of those guys who downloaded 50,000 tracks off of Napster back in the day. But one of the greatest here is Shawn Shelnutt, and I literally asked him, hey, you know how to play a piano? He's like, yeah. He sits down and plays one time for me. Like, can you record something for me? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm doing this RPG game, and he actually played with us before. I don't think I have recording of that. Maybe someday I'll look back through some of the old, I used to videotape, and someday I might have some footage of him actually playing with us. But he came back to visit us again. He's a comedian. He was doing a comedy circuit all around the country. He's in Vegas now, booking some big acts and working on some casinos down there. So if you want to go take a look at him, you can check him out there and see some of his comedy. But I really think Shawn's missing his talent here of just being able to sit down and whip out some composing. And how many jobs are there for composers right now? I don't think they see a lot of those on Craigslist. But I said, you got to get a piano and start recording some of this stuff, because you're really good at this. Making background tracks for a gameplay is hard to find. Like I would love to do like a Beavis and Butthead style, where we play for 5 minutes and then we jump into and show an actual music video with the actual music. Just put those in the middle of. So I love old music videos. I was from the generation where I watched MTV with my sister when they actually had music on MTV. Can you imagine the world today if MTV would just have never played anything else and just played music videos? I mean, it would be like the utopia. We'd all have flying cars and stuff by now, but now we've got all this crap television. Hey, maybe my show is crap television. But because of trademarks and lawyers, the stuff they ruin the world with, we can't just play anything we want to. So we'll have to settle for Shawn. Hope that makes you feel better. I'm just kidding, man. We're glad to have him here. And this gives us an opportunity to showcase some individual artists that are not the corporate processed crap that you hear half the time on the radio. Don't get me wrong, I like some corporate crap. And hey, that's what YouTube's great for. You don't need a producer, you don't need an agent, you don't need somebody to distribute your stuff. You do all that yourself, you make it and you put it on there. And I can't tell my music artist friends enough, screw the contract. Keep your day job. Do what you do at night and record it and put it on YouTube, and maybe somebody will listen to it. And if you're great, you'll be great. Don't worry about it. But thanks for watching here. Not going to be a lot of animation in this. This is just a talk show, a podcast, whatever it is. And thanks for watching if you are. And like I said, just go ahead and hit that next button if you get bored. I don't want you to hate my channel because I do different stuff that might not be your particular interest. I still value you as a fan, and if you don't watch everything, that's okay.
We got Shawn Shelnutt here. He's a very famous comedian. He does a lot of Renaissance fairs. You get to throw tomatoes at his face. He's heading to Vegas right now. He's here at Orange Acres to stop and see us. On his way through, he does comedy circuits around. So that's good for like a space battle.
I wish I'd played it. I literally haven't played on a keyboard in years. I just always like if I'm at a mall, there's a piano and I'll play it. And I miss having something where I can, I should really invest in a synthesizer and get like a really full size, the whole 9 yards. And then I know I can go, oh yeah, I want this sound as I'm playing, and then switch it up and just compose this whole thing. Because it's like I got to look, what do I want here?
There you go. So you started playing video games in your 8th grade?
I started playing video games when I was.
And so before comedy, there was composing music for video games was more important.
Oh, I remember playing Final Fantasy II, the American version, and I remember hearing the battle theme and being like, that's the kind of shit I want to do. Like, I want to write that music. Like, I used to dream of, like, maybe I could write for Final Fantasy VI, and now they're on Final Fantasy 50,000. But, like, no, that was, like, my first passion.
Can you play any of those old video game themes? Did you ever try to copy them or anything?
No, but I'll pull them up on YouTube sometimes and put it on repeat while I drive, and then I just go through
memorize them. Yeah.
Killing enemies over and over in my head.
That's what's on my iPod playlist too. Is the weird stuff, like even TV commercials from the 80s and jingles that they had. You're like me. I can't memorize something key for key, but I have an idea of what I like.
I feel like my talent is turning the music into emotions or emotions into music. So someone tells me something or gives me like a storyline, I automatically start hearing how that should sound.
Let's say you had, say Star Wars, where they're handing out the medals, Yeah. Yeah, except for Chewie doesn't get one for some reason. I don't know why. Everybody else gets a medal, Chewie didn't get one.
All right. So I'm thinking it's either strings or brass at this point. I have a knack for strings more. So right now I'm thinking of something like Triumph. We're already one. It's kind of like a happy song, there's no worries. Now we're going to focus on Chewie not getting his thing, so. In my mind, that's like him kind of going, wait, what? Wait, what's going on? And then everybody else is still. Where's mine at? Having more fun with it.
It's like Peter and Peter and Wolf, Peter and Wolf, the very first ones. It's like you had this overlapping theme that went through the music over and over again. You heard it from every other character, and then the Wolf had this one. But I can see Judy going, "Where the fuck's my medal, man? Where's it at? I want my medal."
It's increasingly his eyes are wide.
You think I'm a dog? You think I can think why the hell I'm not getting a medal?
Right.
And that wasn't rehearsed. That's awesome.
I feel okay about that. I haven't played on the keyboard in so long, but.
All right, how about a righteous killing song? Like somebody is now getting vengeance and they're coming back and they're killing somebody.
Okay, someone's finally getting their justice.
And we won't talk during this one, so we might actually use this. shame that we don't have like a great recording system here. This is really just a microphone plugged into a cell phone. Actually, if you're curious, we're using a Natty, whatever that is, SP1. Hopefully it's going to come out.
Like, how does this sound?
Epic.
I imagine like a little innocent village, you know, like just kind of like out in the outskirts of space, where nothing bad could ever happen. You know.
There's a website called Fiverr, and you could people request, like, they give you $5 or $10 if you record them something. Can you record me this? And you send it in. You go, okay, yeah, this is what I came up with. Yeah.
Oh.
Not really that much money, and it's not really like you're that much obligated. You just have some samples of what you do, and if the people want it, they want it. You know? That's pretty epic, so.
Thanks. Yeah, I really like that last one. I'm just toying with the sounds and seeing if something comes up, you know.
Hope you enjoyed those tunes of Shawn Shelnutt. Remember to check out his website. Hey, if you have music that you want us to use, you can email it to us at orangeacresmontana@gmail.com. Or if you have art, like pictures of background, you have some spaceships. You know, we have this section called Artist Corner where we're glad to throw some stuff in. But if it's really good stuff and we can figure out how to use it in the show, we will. Thanks for tuning in, and we're going to jump to next up is episode 4.